A ceasefire that quickly dissolved into violence. Israel denies having carried out attacks on Gaza during the Egyptian Prime Minister's visit. But Palestinian security sources say Israeli airstrikes hit northern Gaza, killing at least 2 Palestinians. Israel claims that Hamas violated the agreement.
Hamas rockets continue to rain down on Israel. Over 1 million citizens here in the south are still under fire. However, the Ministry of Defense has instructed the IDF to call up 30,000 reservists, and we will restore the quiet and calm to this region.
By calling up its troops, Israel is now preparing for a possible ground assault. Since Israel's offensive began Wednesday, hundreds of rockets have been fired by both sides. Tel Aviv was targeted twice in the past 2 days, a first since the Gulf War. However, Israel says they've intercepted many rockets with their missile defense system. In Gaza, Israeli missiles continue to fall unrelentlessly. Israel hit Hamas rocket launching operations and the Interior Ministry, a symbol of Hamas's power. While Egypt tries to broker a ceasefire, tensions between Hamas and Israel are sky high, and rockets continue to volley across the border.
Well, this violence is cause for concern in a region already under strain from the ongoing Syrian conflict. Diplomatic efforts are underway, with Egypt making the first unsuccessful attempt at stopping the bloodshed. And by siding explicitly with the Palestinians, the Egyptian authorities have demonstrated a clear diplomatic and political shift.
On Friday morning, Egyptian Prime Minister Hisham Kandil visited patients in this Gaza hospital and saw the bodies of those said to have been killed in the latest Israeli airstrike on Gaza. He said the world, and Egypt in particular, should help to secure a truce and put an end to what he called Israeli aggression.
Egypt will not give up and will reinforce its efforts to put an end to this aggression.
Civilians on both sides have been killed since Israel began its offensive on Wednesday, assassinating Hamas's military leader Ahmed Jabari, after a surge in rocket attacks from Gaza. Ties between Hamas and Egypt have strengthened since the election earlier this year of President Mohamed Morsi, who is a member of the Muslim Brotherhood. Hamas was formed as an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood, and Prime Minister Kandil's visit came after Morsi's condemnation of the Israeli attacks on the Gaza Strip. On Thursday, U.S. Deputy State Department spokesman Mark Toner said he hoped Egypt would use its influence in the region to help defuse the situation.
While going to the Syrian conflict, Britain is still mulling over the idea of officially recognising the weak-hold coalition of opposition groups as the sole representative of the Syrian people. Foreign Secretary William Hague says he'll decide within days whether to tread in the footsteps of France, Turkey and the Gulf states and bolster the movement's legitimacy, or rather follow the US's lead and wait for the opposition to prove its mettle first. Thousands of Jordanians are taking part in nationwide demonstrations this Friday, calling for the ouster of their US-backed monarch, Abdullah II. It's the 4th day of unrest sparked by fuel prices.